So Justin Bieber apparently proposed to Selena Gomez before he'd proposed to Hailey Bieber back in the day. I listened to the recent Don't Wire podcast that exposed an insider source revealed that Justin was begging for Selena back and called her 23 times right before his wedding with Hailey Bieber, and Selena did not pick up. And Selena actually sang in one of her songs that he'd called her 23 times, so this is kind of confirmed. Basically, Don't Wire, if you didn't already know, is a massive pop culture Instagram, social media account, and they get a lot of insider sources sending them some hot tea, exposing everything behind the scenes that's going down in the entertainment world. They'd basically exposed in their recent podcast that the deal was Hailey had forced Justin to marry her because she really didn't want him to go back to Selena, and because they'd both attended at the same church, they had like the church and all that heavily convincing him. So this insecurity isn't just she said this and that about Selena on the Call Her Daddy podcast. Oh no, this is going way back.
Justin 1000% behaved as though he was devastated that he and Selena were breaking up again and that he would never get over her and always loved her, and was telling her things to that effect as recently as the same week he started dating Hailey, and then told Selena he was still in love with her as recently as the day before he married Hailey in a quickie courthouse ceremony.
No. No.
I do want to say, this is not coming from a fan. This person is not, this is someone who has heard all the information and is able to summarize according to that. This isn't a fan. This isn't coming from somebody from Tumblr or Twitter.
In the Don't Wire podcast that also discussed the deep dive that's currently going down on Reddit between the Jenner sisters and Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber. And this dates far back. So we all know by now that Justin Bieber married one of his fans, okay? So we all missed out. Selena missed out. Everyone missed out. And he married one of his low-key biggest fans, Hailey Bieber. And Justin and Selena were absolutely in love. There's no doubt about it. Fans are definitely right when it comes to that. But apparently they were super toxic for each other. And we've talked about their history in the past and how they kept running back to each other and they would do you know what. So, that's probably why it was so toxic, and in hindsight it's probably a good thing that they split up. But Hailey has loved Justin since she was like a huge Bieber fan all the way back in 2009. She loves him way more than he will ever love her, and that's pretty obvious. I mean, we all know that by the compilations that are made all over TikTok of him running away from her and getting annoyed at her, and she just always goes running back to him no matter what, and she always stands by his side. Even now with the current drama that's going down, he is not making statements at all defending his wife on social media, and she just doesn't mind, and she's hurt, she's really upset, but she's just like, it is what it is. I've got Justin at the end of the day, so that's all that matters. All of Justin's fans think that he has a lot of guilt and resentment about the past and things he's done, and that's why he takes out his anger on Hailey and treats her like shit. But he's definitely not planning on leaving her anytime soon. Now, that may be for one of two reasons, maybe because of the visa situation, or maybe because she's just such a safe, reliable choice, and she is so obsessed and will just do absolutely anything for him. And I'm guessing Selena wasn't like that because she's more independent. She's a self-made woman. And of course, she won't ever leave him because this is her childhood dream. Some people feel bad for Hailey and her current situation, but then of course we've got to remember how she's literally allowing this to happen, and she could leave at any point but just decides not to, and is way too heavily invested and probably way too scared that he would get back with Selena if they did divorce, which probably would happen, let's be real. Now, as much as we love Selena, we've got to admit that her and Justin were just not right for each other when they were together. There was lots of arguing between him and her when they were together. So it just makes sense that she wouldn't stand for that and that she'd go off on her own way and make such an amazing life for herself without him. So it's really not a bad thing that they're not together. And you know, there's all this other stuff that she's been accused of doing, like taking her best friend's kidney and then ignoring her and drinking and yada yada yada. But I think Selena and Justin, because they were both child stars, they went through a lot. Hailey was kind of born into this privileged lifestyle, but Selena and Justin really had to work for it, and they had to work for their lifestyle from a very young age. So they've been through a lot together. We can't forget that. And Justin has also been heavily exploited by the industry. Don't get me wrong, so is Selena, but just looking at some of the videos that were things that were allowed to happen back in the day with Justin, like older women coming up to him and like kissing him and stuff and just like making him feel uncomfortable, asking him really uncomfortable questions, like, what the heck? He has been through it. And not only that, but there were rumors that he was with Kourtney Kardashian. I mean, what the hell was that about? And I mean, it gets worse because apparently Justin Bieber was getting with 3 of the Kardashian Jenner sisters, Kylie, Kendall, and Kourtney. And apparently Kendall has this deep-rooted hatred for Selena. So when Justin and Selena had split up, she had gotten Hailey and Justin together. But we already know that Kendall and Kylie and, you know, the Kardashians, they only really care about themselves and they only really do things to benefit themselves, and they will kick anyone to the curb at any time, especially Jordan Woods. We cannot forget that. But yeah, apparently Kendall encouraged Hailey to keep going back to Justin Bieber even when he was treating her like shit. Insider sources have said that Kylie faked a friendship with Selena back in the day while sending naughty pics and texts to Justin Bieber. People also think that Kourtney got involved with Justin Bieber to make Scott jealous back in the day because Scott was treating Kourtney horrendously. So yeah, people believe that Justin and Kourtney definitely hooked up at least a couple of times. Selena made it very clear that she didn't care that Hailey and Justin got married back in the day. But what's interesting is that she did get married to herself. Well, there was something about that, like she was using Justin and Hailey's wedding photographer for herself, like doing like a little celebration for herself, like right after the wedding took place. So that was a little bit saucy. But yeah, at the end of the day, Justin may or may not have asked Selena to marry him first, and it was probably because of his visa situation. I mean, he was a bachelor, as we all know. Why would he have wanted to get married and settle down so early in life? It definitely had something to do with the visa situation because, as we know, he has a lot of criminal convictions, and he was probably going to get kicked out of the US and have to go back to Canada, which would affect his career. So yeah, that's probably why he chose Hailey, because she was an easy option. But if the sources aren't lying and he was calling Selena 23 times before he got married, what does that tell us? So what are your thoughts on all this drama? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more juicy tea.